everybody, Baldie here with video log number 3 for Map Control Co. And quick disclaimer, my webcam more or less shut itself today. It seems to be very low quality. Like, I've actually just got a blank white document in the background because if I minimize it, like, it actually just goes really kind of dark, where it's never really been that dark. So I'm just going to have this up. I'm going to be ordering a webcam in the next week, probably mid next week. So if you do have any suggestions for really good webcams or stuff like that, do tweet at me at Baldie SC2. Would love to hear your suggestions, as I don't really have a lot of ideas myself. I'll be looking for, I'm happy to spend a little bit of money, decent one, might as well. It's going to last a while. I don't need a mic on, like a mic recording on it by any means, because I have this, but something that's, 1080p, good quality. I mean 720p at the minimum, but any suggestions, let me know. I will follow up on them, and I appreciate your feedback. So let's get into it though. That's enough of that. This week's been pretty full on, both inside and outside of StarCraft 2. A lot of outside work's been done, as with baseball for Adelaide Bites starting to pick up. Our season starts in, wow, like 8 days. I didn't even realise. That's not long. I've got a lot of work to do in 8 days, I just realised. But yeah, so that's starting to pick up. In terms of StarCraft 2, I've done quite a bit of casting this week. WT Weekly as usual. Did the IEM SEA Stage 2 qualifiers on the Saturday before Barcraft. And then I guess a little bit of, so I did them, which was really cool. Really sick games. Pleasure to cast. Thanks again to ESL for allowing me to commentate during them. And then after that, I shot down to Barcraft in South Australia at the Metropolitan and had a bit of fun down there. Congratulations to Life, our champion. I did actually get 4-2 in the favour of MVP in the last video log, and when he was down 0-2, I was like, it's not looking good. But then he won the next 3, I was like, yeah, he's going to do it. And then he just died, so whatever. But yeah, there's sick games nonetheless. And then we watched a little bit of DreamHack, and then we ended up going back to a friend's house, a player's house, and continued the party on. Had a bit of a crazy night there with some adventures, and there's some photos and videos that I haven't actually looked at that I'm kind of excited to, because like when you have like a crazy weekend, you're like, well, I know there's some evidence of what went on this camera. Let's have a look at what it's like. So I have no idea what's on there. Could be condemning, could not be. Either way, I look forward to it. And yes, that was really good. Sunday I slept in a little bit. We had a 24-hour stream for charity. I jumped on for the last 4 or 5 hours, and I played some Final Fantasy X on the emulator and had some drinking games to that. So that was pretty fun. Thanks for all of you who stuck around and tuned in for that. And yeah, thanks for everyone who donated during the weekend, during the 24 hours, and obviously thanks to the guys from Map Control Co. for doing their bits for the stream. Always cool to see such good teamwork amongst us. What else was there? Well, there was an NASL. I featured on an NASL SEA update. So Clutch from NASL is doing what seems to be a weekly update for the SEA region, Southeast Asia, and I featured on that this week for commentating the Auckland Barcraft tournament, which was a couple of weeks ago now. But anyway, yeah, my photo's up there. In fact, why not? Here is the video in case you haven't seen it.
In Barcraft's scene, if you will, in New Zealand. Barcraft New Zealand has 2 major tournaments they just had. They had a lot of fun. You can tell of the pictures they posted on Facebook. One in Auckland, New Zealand, and the other in Wellington, New Zealand. The first one was casted by Baldie, and also the New Zealand Protoss player Stallion commentated the Auckland tournament. First place went to Frey Petraeus, with Savior in second, and OMG Vaj taking third. The other tournament was...
So yeah, that was pretty cool. Pretty cool. And so, more or less, outside of that, not really that much going on. I did the WT Weekly tonight. That went more or less like pretty well. Except we had, oh my god, we had an hour 20 PVZ where the last like 30 minutes legitimately was like no one attacking. No one, like Protoss did not want to go into the spine crawler wall. Equally, Zerg player didn't want to leave the spine crawler wall. And I kid you not, out of nowhere, they're like, draw? Okay, and rematched. An hour and 20-minute game that we were casting and trying to keep entertained, and then they just like said, alright, rematch. So I was like, oh no. Thankfully, the next game was a 7-gate from the Protoss players, so it wasn't that bad. But I mean, nothing against the players, it was just a little bit frustrating from a casting perspective. But yeah, it went pretty well. I did have Baldie Hater 2 come out of the woodwork. Shout out to that guy. Big fan. Props to you. Maybe the brother or the sister of number 1 Baldie Hater. I do have 2 official haters now. Yes. Moving up in the hater world. And so that was pretty fun interacting with that guy. I wanted to mod him, but I thought that he probably would ban everyone in my chat. So I didn't, as much as I wanted to. And what else is there? That's more or less it, I feel. In the next 2 weeks I'm going to be cutting down on my casting gigs. I'm going to actually be declining quite a few events that I wouldn't usually cast, so that I can spend that time to increase my game knowledge, to work on my game knowledge, because it is an area that is extremely lacking for me. And moving forward, I'm at that stage where I just really have to step up that next level, spend the time in getting better at the game, playing the game more, understanding the game, asking questions. I've got quite a few contacts in SEA who are more than willing to help me out, so I've got to start utilizing them. And eventually I want to get to a stage like this time next week where I'll start watching current this season's GSL VODs, because I actually haven't watched a lot of the VODs because I've been super busy. So I want to like mute the stream or mute the VOD, cast it to myself with like a local recording, watch through it, and then watch through the VOD again with Artosis and Tasis casting, and check what I missed or what I said incorrectly, make notes, and kind of go from there. And then also try and play a bit more as well if I can. But it all comes down to time, especially with this time of the year. It's very busy for me, so that's why I'm going to use that time that I'd normally be casting to do all the stuff I just said. So fingers crossed that goes well, and fingers crossed you can notice a difference in my casting and my game knowledge moving forward. And yeah, that's kind of my current project. I think that's really all. I'm going to try and keep this very short, so I will keep you guys updated. Thanks for all your support so far. I do appreciate it. You can follow me on Twitter at Baldie SC2, or on Twitch, www.twitch.tv/Baldie24. And shout out to SC2, SEA, Hiding Breed, Rhea, Big Boss, love you. Big fan of your work. And to everyone, yeah, in the community. And to all the guys from Map Control Co. It's been awesome casting with you guys so far. Look forward to casting with you in the future. And I am going to go to bed because it is 3 AM. And I've got work in a few hours.